I've always loved weird Japanese games. Even though they can be a bit janky, they're always either fun or silly to play, making them incredibly memorable experiences. The Disaster Report series scratches this itch a lot. So much so that I streamed all of the previous games on my channel right before I started the fourth one. I loved how there's just nothing else quite like it, especially for a series that has been running since the PSP and PS2 days. The closest thing that I could compare it to would be survival horror games, but all of those games revolve around surviving and fighting against monsters or supernatural entities. You can't do that in Disaster Report because you're dealing with natural disasters. All you can do during an earthquake is run for your life or take cover, and hope nothing hits you. I think that alone makes the game much scarier than any other horror title. Disaster Report 4 centers around the idea, though it gets really weird, and it can get very sidetracked. So sidetracked that the earthquakes will take a break from terrorizing everyone, all because you're too busy solving other people's problems for them. So Disaster Report 4 has you playing as a character who's riding a bus to visit a city for the very first time. You're technically there for a job interview, but the game gives you a bunch of different dialogue choices that I don't think really matters. But yeah, it sets the tone for just how bizarre the game was going to be. For some reason, you can customize your character's appearance as well, even though it's very limited. I think the only thing that it might affect are certain dialogue choices when you're playing as either a girl or a boy. But other than that, the customization makes it stand out at least, compared to previous Disaster Report games where you played as specific characters. Just like the older games, it plays kinda like a third-person adventure game, where you help other people, make choices, and then try to find a way out of the city. What makes it ambitious is the fact that it's the biggest Disaster Report game yet. It's much longer than the older titles, and it features a ton of characters, along with multiple sections of the city to explore. Like, witnessing the earthquakes in HD was great. I loved how much detail they placed in making buildings and other structures collapse. Watching it all freaked me out, and even jump scared me a few times. But unfortunately, it doesn't happen as often as it should for an earthquake game. Like, Disaster Report 4 really emphasizes helping people out. It's still a survival game on the surface, but you don't really do much of surviving past the first hour or so. In fact, I struggled with what I was supposed to do at the start of the game. I ran around in circles in the first area, interacting with everyone and everything that I could until I could progress. I thought that it would slowly make more sense the more I played, but no, things just happen in this game. Seriously, every time the story started to feel like it had a flow to it, the game would throw it out of the window in favor of something else. Playing through the story felt like I was experiencing one long season of a TV show that had a bunch of random filler and plot points inserted in it. Helping people out didn't even feel that rewarding most of the time, and it doesn't help that there are a lot of characters in this game, yet most of them didn't feel interesting or memorable. A few people that you meet early on felt like they were supposed to become your friend for the rest of the game, but then for some reason it just never happens. I found it jarring, especially since the previous games always had a companion to join you throughout the playthrough. I did like that the game lets you meet all kinds of people though, with different personalities and goals. Some are just trying to survive, while the others may be opportunists. I still don't think that a lot of them were that interesting though, and it doesn't take long before the game makes you move on to the next new plotline. It even sets basic survival mechanics aside, even though it's supposed to be a disaster survival game. Like, the game makes it seem like you have to manage your thirst, hunger, and even toilet needs. Yet, I don't think there are actually any consequences if you ignore them. In previous games, your health would go down and you could even die if you don't attend to your character's basic needs. The worst thing that can happen to you in Disaster Report 4 is your character will start dancing a bit if they need to empty their bladder, or you would hear their stomach growl every now and then. Your character can get stressed though, specifically when their health goes down or they get injured from an earthquake, but just like the other meters, they don't affect the gameplay that much. I feel like they're mostly there for immersion purposes. It would have been nice to have to at least feel the need to drink and eat something while exploring, just so it made backtracking and wandering around less tedious. So yeah, Disaster Report 4 is impressive in terms of how it has a lot of different zones that you can explore, but at the end of the day, they're just not that interesting. The only good part is that you can collect clothes and accessories, but other than that, there were a lot of empty areas that didn't have any collectibles to find at all. And even if you did find something nice, like in a shop, clothes and accessories end up being too expensive to get for most of the game. It's a shame, but I still couldn't help but compare it to the older games that had cuter or wackier outfits hidden around. Overall, I have very mixed feelings about Disaster Report 4. I played around 18 hours of the game, and while I tried really hard to like it, it's just not as charming as the previous Disaster Report games. Like, the game tries to be ambitious and sincere at some points, but it falls flat a lot of times. The lack of consequences for the game's dialogue choices doesn't help that as well. I don't know if the game's awkward pacing and unfinished feel is because of its troubled development cycle. Maybe there were budget issues and time constraints causing the game to release like this, but that's all speculation from me. Still, I'm hoping that Disaster Report 5 comes out someday, even though, as of this video's release, the only news that we know of is from a 2022 article that stated how it's going to be open world and set between Disaster Report 1 and 2, but other than that, there's been no news so far. Hopefully, if you're watching this in the future, the gameplay has either been revealed or the game's just been out for a while. So yeah, I'd say that this is easily the worst entry of the Disaster Report games. But if you've never played the previous ones, or this is the only one you're interested in and you like quirky Japanese games, then I recommend it. But proceed with caution. It's weird, flawed, and can be a slog to play through. The reason why I never tried the game until now is because I always found it quite expensive. I only recommend to get the game on sale, and the DLCs aren't worth it unless you like cosmetic outfits. If you want to check it out, it's on PC, PS4, and the Nintendo Switch. Let me know what you thought about the video, and like and subscribe if you liked my content. And thank you to my patrons at Patreon for supporting my channel. And hello everyone, hope you guys have been doing well. I'll be slowly working on random videos throughout the year, mostly because I'm doing other stuff in the background. But yeah, if you want to see me more, you're always welcome to join my streams or watch the VODs, or even catch up on like previous videos I've done. You might even catch me playing some games live though, that I may cover in the future stuff. Yeah, blah. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.